doing, Clark County? Well, thanks a lot for that warm welcome. I want to invite those of you that I sent letters to come join me up behind me here while I talk to the audience today. You know, I really want to thank you very much for allowing me the privilege and the honor of serving you in the state legislature for the last 14 years. Thank you for that privilege. I also want to take just a minute to thank my lovely wife, Mary. Where's Mary? Thank you, Mary. And thank you to my family, my 4 wonderful children, for making the sacrifice that allows me to serve and represent you in state government. I know you've heard the statement before, government should be run like a business. Well, you know what? That's absolutely true. But the question you should be asking me and everybody that seeks your vote this year is, how do they see you in that business? Do they see you as the boss, the employer, the one who signs the checks? Or do they see you as the customer that they can just keep raising the price on because you can't shop anywhere else? Well, let me tell you, I know who the boss is, and it's you, ladies and gentlemen. Republicans and Americans this year need to return to the basic premise that our founding fathers set, that we are a government of the people. George Washington probably said it best when he said, government is like a fire, useful and necessary when it's in its place. But if you let it get out of control, it will consume everything you have. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to return to the basic principles of Republican philosophy. Number one and foremost, control the size of government. There's only one way to do that. There's only one surefire way to do that, and that is restrict the flow of money we send to the government. And that's taxes. That's taxes, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure anyone who asks for your vote this year will make a solemn pledge to you, like I have, that they will not vote to raise your taxes. Property taxes are escalating every year, and none of us, including me, are going to be able to stay in our homes if we don't do something about the rising property tax in this state. We've got to control that. And after controlling government, which means controlling and reducing taxes, we've got to keep a real sharp eye out on crime. We've got to continue to make our communities safe. Perhaps you've heard of Chelsea Harrison, the young 15-year-old girl that was murdered a few years ago in Vancouver by a man that should have been in prison and actually was in prison for life, but was released under a loophole because one of his 3-strike convictions was in the state of Arizona. Well, I'm here today and quite proud to tell you that the governor has signed my bill that closed that loophole, and that'll never happen again. Washington State will not be a haven for criminals from other states, and that loophole has been closed and will never happen again. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, government should be run like a business, but politicians sometimes forget that you're the employer, you're the boss. And with gas prices and property taxes and other costs of living going up, the last thing government needs to be doing is thinking about raising your taxes, taking more money out of your pocket. Now, I've never forgotten who the boss is. I've always worked for you. I trust the people. And that's why I so strongly support the initiative and referendum process in this state. It's a very important tool that we have. And I see our auditor getting the hook here, so let me just close by saying, during the last 14 years in Olympia that I've worked for you, I've heard your voice loud and clear. You want efficient government and open government, lower taxes, safe streets, and a good quality education for your children, a strong economy. And as your state senator, I will continue to fight for these things that are important to you. Today, I stand before you and ask for your vote once again, and I ask for your help in my re-election effort. It's your government, and as long as I represent you, I'll make sure your voice continues to be heard. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.